Greetings, one and all. I'm Kerrik52, and it's time to find out what it's like to go up the creek with no paddle. But who needs a paddle when we have a handy mask to help us out instead?
What have I got?
Not that it really helps, since there's a lot of waiting around on big leaves like this in these levels, but hey, fun nonetheless. Though, riding around on these giant leaves does remind me of something. Namely, the Tarzan PS1 game that I think was also on N64. I borrowed it from my cousin, I wanna say? Yeah, that sounds about right. And in that there is an bonus level where you play as the monkey, I think? No, not monkey, gorilla. These are monkeys. And I remember just really not liking it. I don't remember why. I assume because it was difficult, or at the very least stressful. But the emotion I associate with it is some kind of fear or anxiety. And it's just interesting to me because that doesn't really track. I mean, it's a bonus level. But when you're a kid, you don't really process emotions the same. So there are probably some wires that get crossed. And that's how you get kids suddenly deciding that, parent, you do this section now, I don't wanna. I don't remember doing that, though I probably did. It's very natural to do. Especially when you're up against something really mean, like this. Those lily pads weren't there before. Nor were the outlines for the boxes there either. So as you can tell, Island 2 is where the game begins for real. And as we'll see in the next proper level, things are about to take a turn for the worse as far as exploration goes. You have to be on your A game to get these boxes. So if you ever wondered where the evil in Crash 4 came from, yeah, it's in here. Not as bad. But still, you have to try. And that's an interesting thing about the Crash games. If you just complete them, they're not that bad. But going for 100% is essentially a different game almost. And we're a quarter of the way there. That's something we've kind of lost going forward. In that games are like, either they're hard or they're not. But going for collectibles usually isn't that bad. But here it is. Especially since you have to clear a level without dying. Let's see if I can manage. Yes! Final exam complete. Goodbye, river levels. Excellent. Let's keep going. We have a boss fight to get to. So, Ripperoo, what does the manual have for us? Crazy, demented, not all there. These are kind words to describe an animal who has undergone 1 or 2 saps of the evolver ray too many. Not much of a conversationalist either, we hear. Do your best to avoid contact with Ripperoo and his razor-sharp toenails. Well, that's uncomfortable. So, coming from Crash 2, seeing him here, in his original form, was kind of weird to me, since it's a little bit of a different fight. Let's see if I can manage it. So, we got some handy, big TNT. That causes him to change his pattern. Surprisingly explosion-proof, this guy. And now for the last one. Oh, that was the wrong one. I biffed it. So usually when people talk about platforming puzzles, I don't agree with the descriptor since it's just, you know, a platforming challenge. But this, I would consider a platforming puzzle. Nothing Crash Bandicoot can't get past, though. But now it's time for the Lost City. And this is where the kid gloves come off. There are multiple parts of this level where you just need to know what to do, starting with here. And don't think that using the wooden box get back will get you a gem at the end. No, 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 no. We need to break everything, do everything. Now, if I remember correctly, the second version of this level, Sunset Vista, is the real butt clencher. I want to say it's the longest level in the game, by like a decent margin, even. But for as challenging as this level type can be, it's also just a really nice, nice and layered design. We got the bats, we got the pushers, and then we got this bullshit. Pay attention at the top there. There was a switch box there. And wouldn't you know it, it's used right over here. I remember like just being very puzzled about that box sometimes being filled in and sometimes not. But you have to pay attention. And not misjudge the timing on the bats. Though I really like the faces here in the background. I don't know which Maya Aztec Intec thing they took inspiration from, but looks neat nonetheless. Messed up on the life there. But I don't need it. I did need that mask though. But hey, that's why they give it to you. Now for a fun one. Damn it! I'll be back. And I'm back. And that's how hard that was. This level is just filled with a bunch of mini challenges, a lot tougher than what we're used to. But you kinda have to get used to it going forward because it's not getting easier. I know I am trying to at the very least. But hey, isn't that what video games are all about? Well, that and listening to this nice music. I'll admit that a lot of the songs in Crash 1 kind of bleed together just because they have such a shared level theme. But they're all pretty much really good, so who cares? Now give me those boxes. Delicious. Sneaky embryo. But I'm wise to your tricks. As I said, years of practice. What do you think of that? Thought so. Now, you don't have to clear these, I'm pretty sure, since it's a bonus round, so it doesn't count as dying in the level. But I like having extra lives, I want to get to 99. speaking of, just giving me that for free. Oh, and we can see Cortex Island off on the distance there. That's pretty cool. The sunset is a nice visual to pick as well. Now to time this bullcrap. Not this one. Not even close. And here, you wait for this, all of them to go at the same time. Ooh, almost got me there, game. Easy. Yeah, I deserve that. Oh, this is gonna end poorly. They knew what they were doing, setting up these intermingling cycles. Yeah, I'll take a bonus round. I can breathe. And not care about boxes. How we doing? And now for the last little bit, then we are done with this episode. This has been intense. I don't know if you can tell. Giving myself a heart attack there. Once more. Speedrunner, I ain't. Last one. And the boxes explode on their own. You know what? I'll take it. Bye! And for my super special reward... the green gem. You can use this to complete jungle rollers, which I'm not going to do for the time being. But you see how long we have to go before we actually get one of these. Let's pick a new save here. I need to start rotating. Old save be gone. And I did it. Feels good. What comes next? Temple Ruins. This is another new level type. So until then, farewell.